Hello guys, welcome back to your channel where I help you to master your interview skills. So today we are here with a very important question, which we can say a master question, because this situation appears in front of you anytime and anywhere. The question is how to answer an interview question you don't know. Right, you heard right. This question is a question which we cannot prepare for it at the time of the and before the interview. It's a sudden situation, and at that moment, if this situation appears with you, you have to consider these points. But before that, let's discuss about it. During a job interview, you may encounter questions you don't know how to answer immediately. These questions may extend beyond your knowledge, meaning it may be challenging to provide a comprehensive, acute answer. So don't get afraid. Learning about how to answer this question can help you develop your own effective strategy and increase your chances of receiving job letter from a hiring manager. Before that, in this video, we explain how to answer questions you don't know in 10 steps and includes some examples of relevant scenarios to help you prepare an effective response. So, firstly, relax, have patience and take your time. When encountering a question you are not unsure to how to answer it, take a few seconds to understand what information the interviewer may want you to provide. Reflect on the question and process the logical steps of your responses before speaking aloud. Allowing yourself time to sit with the question and think about your answer may allow you to develop an effective response. It may be helpful to communication your needs to the interviewer and acknowledge your feelings about the question. The second point you have to keep in your mind is think aloud, because without thinking you cannot answer anything in front of the interviewer. Thinking aloud may also help you process challenging questions so you can discover a specified answer. This method allows you to demonstrate your thought process to a hiring manager and account for the question implications. By thinking aloud, you may also identify more relevant points that provide contextual information for your question. For example, if you are in an interview for writing position and the hiring manager asks about your process for editing your own material, consider imaging each step and how you might complete it. Be mindful to include clarifying information when necessary. If you don't have a consistent editing process, third point you have to consider is admit you are unsure, because it's nothing that's wrong. It may be helpful to express uncertainty when you don't know the answer to an unfamiliar question. This may happen if the speaker asks a detailed or complex question that requires more research or a deep level of insight into a specialized subject within your field. Remaining honest about what subjects you understand and addressing this information directly can slow integrity, which many employees value in a candidate. It can also help you adjust the discussion to a familiar topic more easily. And when you're using this approach, apologize and briefly explain why you have unsure of how to answer this question. Let's move forward to the fourth point, that is use flexible thinking. Because employers may ask deliberately challenging questions to see if you can problem solve creatively during unfamiliar workplace situations. In these cases, the interviewer may be more interested in gauging your ability to thinking rather than the answer and to complex topics and develop a well-reasoned conclusion. When you're responding to a complex question, consider it from multiple perspectives. Think aloud as you process different ways of answering this question and allow yourself to brainstorm openly to the topic. Think about the example you can consider. If you are applying to a nursing position, the interviewer may ask how you would respond to an uncooperative patient. If this situation is unfamiliar, you can imagine how it might be react to a patient. Now we get on the fifth point, that is repeat the question. You always hear from your teachers, your school teachers and college teachers, they always say that repeat the question, you get the answer. The same thing and the same situation you have to repeat in this situation. Repeating, paraphrasing the interview questions can help you gain clarity while providing you some time to think about your answer and plan an effective response. When you summarize a question or voice your interpretation of it, the speaker may offer some additional context, clarify their intention or correct any misunderstanding you have about the problem. So, listening and showing interest in their elaboration can also show your engagement and consideration for what they have to say. Sixth, ask follow-up question. If you are unsure about the context of question or certain term, as an interviewer uses, consider asking for clarification. For example, various companies in the same industry may use different words to describe one concept. Politely asking for clarification or position follow-up question may help you get a better understanding of the question and the topic it addresses. To learn more information, you can also ask a hiring manager to describe how a department's team would approach the question before developing your unique response. Point number 7. Offer to come back to the question later. It's like you are shifting your problem to the time. Depending on the context, it may be appropriate to return a question later a conversation. For example, a speaker may ask an interesting complex question that you want to address but need more time to answer fully. In this case, consider affirming the quality of the initial questions, as this can show a speaker your interest in its topics and engagement in the conversation. Then, explain that you have number 7. Offer to come back to the question later. It's like you are shifting your problem to the time. Depending on the context, it may be appropriate to return a question later a conversation. For example, a speaker may ask an interesting complex question that you want to address but need more time to answer fully. In this case, consider affirming the quality of the initial questions, as this can show a speaker your interest in its topics and engagement in the conversation. Then, explain that you had more time to think about the question and request to follow up with a response later. Acknowledge the question's value. It is very important to show the responsibility and the value towards the question which was asked by the interviewer. So, reminding yourself why a question is important may help to stay focused when responding to an unfamiliar question. Depending on the question's context, its topic may be valuable to your overall career growth. For example, you might discover a new industry topic or a new perspective on a familiar concept, and engaging in this process can help you challenge yourself, professional, and stay engaged in the conversation depending on the context of the question. It can also help you to stay optimistic when preparing a response which may be your problem solve it more effectively. Last but not the least, redirect to a relevant and familiar topic. If the speaker asks a question that extends beyond your knowledge or a topic, you can redirect the question to focus on a more familiar aspect. When using this technique, acknowledge that the question addresses an unknown subject, then offer the information you can provide based on your knowledge about the topic. This strategy allows you to demonstrate your industry expertise while remaining honest about your limitations. It also gives an opportunity to showcase your conversational skills, as you can reframe a lack of familiarity in positive terms. For example, if you are interviewing for a marketing position and the interviewer asks you about you would analyze unfamiliar product market, you can discuss a related market instinct. You might explain how your experience might allow you to understand the question, subject, and then describe how you might approach your marketing strategy for this new area. By explaining ways you can apply the knowledge you already have, you can demonstrate. And so here the end of this video. Please consider the points I have discussed earlier with you. It will help you to give a specific and minimum response in front of the interview. And if you found this video valuable, please subscribe my channel and hit the like button, which really motivates me to make more videos for you. For today, that's all. Bye bye.